Alright, first order of business today, my first 10 subscribers. Diane K15, Brooklyn Polar Bear, Big Geek, Leather J Man, Coconut 202, Bakrub, Newsy Kiwi, LZH 234, Fritz Hummel, and My Huxpo. Thank you to everyone to help me reach my goal of 10 subscribers. I also wanted to note that there will be a request coming soon, well, hopefully relatively soon, for Coconut 202. It is a song request. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do the song, so it might be a while before I do it, but I assure you it is coming, and Coconut 202 will get the next request whenever it does come. Okay, sorry for the awkward transition there, but it literally took me about 20 tries to get that scrolling thing right. I was not going to do it again, so I got it done, start a new clip. I'm just doing a video today to let you know I'm still out there. You know, I've been really busy with my son's birthday and all. But I figured what I talk about today is a little bit about karma, in the sense that I think I need to get myself some good karma going forward, so maybe, you know, help me get subscribers in the future. And I thought, you know, there are a lot of sites out there, channels, that are very much underappreciated and that could use more subscribers, so I figured maybe every once in a while I'd help one of those, try my best to help one of those sites out, and maybe some good karma will come back to me after that. And the first one I wanted to speak about is a guy who as of a few weeks ago, only had about 170 or so subscribers. And I subscribed to him, and his stuff was fantastic, and he'd been around for a year, and I'm like, man, any dreams I had of getting hundreds or thousands of subscribers basically went away at that point, because I said, man, this guy's worked so hard, he only has 170, so it's obviously really tough. So I figured I'd promote him a little bit. As it turns out, he's kind of on the rise the last couple of weeks. He got up to about 270 as of a few days ago, and then somebody who has 200,000, someone who has 20,000 subscribers promoted him in their video, and now this guy has over 600 subscribers. So I only have 11 subscribers, so he probably doesn't need my help. But I'm going to tell you about it anyway, because just as a public service, in case you haven't heard of him. And his name is Paul, and he goes by the screen name Pablo Kickasso 417. And I'll put the link, you know, that way. I'll put the link on, you know, my description. And really good stuff. Very, very funny guy, and you should check out his videos. And the other person I wanted to speak a little bit more about, though, is someone who only has 9 subscribers. This is someone who I discovered through Diane K15. When she first subscribed, I looked over her subscriptions, or I think I looked at her comment page when I made a comment on it. I noticed a comment from someone called LauraIsGoingOnADiet. I checked out that channel. She only has 9 subscribers, and I watched her first video, and I thought to myself, you know, this girl, may not be a good idea for this girl to be going on a diet, because she's not really heavy, she's not really fat. And she was talking about how when she was 16 she was a lot thinner. I think she was 18 then. And, you know, I'm nosy, and, you know, so I'm nosy guys. I'm like, oh, let me write to her. Let me write her a little personal mail and say, hey, you know, you don't really need to get on a diet here. And that's very nosy, but she did put this whole diet thing on YouTube, so I figured, okay, well, I have the right to respond, right? So I responded. And I'll explain a little bit further on, like the kind of stuff I was talking about, the points I was trying to make. But it was a rather long email, and I didn't get a response to it, and I realized it's probably because I'm the wrong messenger for a message like this. It's probably a message you didn't want to hear, and I'm probably the wrong messenger. And by that I mean, she's an 18-year-old girl, and I'm a 37-year-old man. So I put myself in her shoes, and I said, if I was an 18-year-old girl and a 37-year-old man emailed me out of the blue, despite what he might write in the email, I might read between the lines, and what I might read between the lines, it may come out sounding somewhat like this. Hey there, Laura. I don't think you're fat at all. On the contrary, I think you got the curves in all the right places, baby. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's not the impression I was trying to put across, but I do worry a little bit that that's, you know, kind of the way she might have taken it. So what I wanted to say was, I'm going to put the link to her page, you know, over there. Any of my female viewers that, you know, aren't subscribed, or any of my younger viewers that aren't subscribed, someone who's not an older man, if you feel the same way I feel, write her, talk to her, you know. I just don't think, you know, those type of diets are necessarily a good idea. And by that I mean, when you're a young teenager, sometimes you change a lot between, say, when you're 16 and say when you're 18. Your body type just might change, and I think everyone does have a certain healthy weight, but that healthy weight can change a lot in just a couple of years in your late teens. And it would be unhealthy to try to go back to, say, what you weighed at 16, because it may not be a healthy weight for you. And I'll use myself as an example. I mean, I'm not the best example because obviously I'm a really skinny dude. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm 6'1" and 165 pounds. But when I was 15 years old, I was 6'1", and believe it or not, I only weighed 120 pounds. Now, obviously I filled out, I put on weight since then. Your body type changes. I did a lot of weightlifting in the years in between and packed on a decent amount of weight. But the point is, I would never say to myself, oh, I wish I weighed what I weighed back when I was 15. I wouldn't try to get back to 120 because I knew that would kill me. It would be fatal for me to get back to 120 pounds. But sometimes I get the impression that some women, they look at how skinny they were back in high school and they ideally like to get back to that weight, which that would be a huge mistake. I mean, sometimes your body changes over time, and the most healthy weight for you, I think, really changes over time. It's not healthy to go back. Sometimes it's not healthy to go back to your high school weight, and I would be an example of that. If I went back to 120 pounds, I would die. I mean, I would die if I went back to 120 pounds. That's just one point I wanted to make. I don't know if she said she used to be 5'7", 105 pounds. Hopefully she's not thinking trying to get back to that weight, because that would be really, really unhealthy. But that's really the point. That's really the point I wanted to make. I think when I wrote to her, I said the best thing she could do is just throw away her scale, because I think people should try to be in shape just for the quality of their lives, but they should focus more on the shape they're in and their, say, fitness benchmarks rather than how much they weigh or how clothes fit them. I mean, if you're a woman, you were like, say, really skinny, 5'2", and only weighed 100 pounds when you were in high school, but you can only run a mile before you got tired. And then when you're 25 years old, you weigh 130 pounds, but you can run a marathon. Well, the 130-pound you is obviously in better shape than the 105-pound you, and you shouldn't really aspire to go back to being the 105-pound you. It's kind of like what happened with Oprah. Remember when she lost that obscene amount of weight, and she wheeled out this big wheelbarrow full of 67 pounds of fat, and then like a year later she'd gained it all back because she just dieted and didn't care about her fitness. Now Oprah isn't anywhere near as skinny as she was when she rolled that wheelbarrow, but she runs marathons and stuff. She's in better shape, and I think that should be everybody's goal. I mean, just to be in shape rather than dieting. I mean, just figure out how fast you can run and try to beat it, how far you can swim, how far you can bike, how much weight you can lift. And if people get in shape, everything else is going to take care of itself. And yeah, as a byproduct, you might lose some weight, but it's the being in shape that people should focus on rather than the weight, especially, if you're a young person. And I just don't think that it's really healthy to do that much dieting and really try to get down to a low weight, So that's my little preachy thing for the day, and I guess the last thing I wanted to show you is this clip right here. As you probably know from my last video, it's my son's birthday on Monday. And I want to thank everyone who sent birthday wishes. As you can see, this is from his preschool on Monday, and oh, he was such a happy boy. He had his little crown, he was running around, and he was so happy, and it was such a joy. And I took the day off, and I just wanted to share that with you because he's such a happy boy there, and he had a really great birthday. Michael is 4 years old now, and he's very, very happy. So I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.